welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions and sort of demo of some new products I picked up from Tarte during their Friends and Family sale. Everything was 30% off, so I did pick up the new Tarte of the Rainforest Foundation Concealer and their new Double Duty BB Compact, their face powder as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is how the box comes. It's just super cute Tarte paper. And this is the packaging of the foundation and the concealer, really pretty ombre, like blue to dark purple packaging. And then this is the packaging of the Double Duty Confidence Creamy Powder Foundation. I'll be using it though as sort of a topper to my foundation, not actually as a foundation on its own. So for the foundation, I did bring out a couple different brushes and sponges to apply it with. I brought out a flat top brush, more of a rounded brush, and then just a beauty blender as well. And let's go ahead. Oh, apparently there is a sample of face wash in mine. It's the Tarte Deep Dive Cleansing Gel. That was one of the options to pick as a free sample, but I picked this one, the Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation. However, these are all too dark for me, so it will be passed on. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is what the foundation looks like. Very pretty gold and purple packaging, glass bottle, so like a frosted glass. It is glass, and I picked up the shade Fair Neutral, and it looks like it's going to be a perfect match. I'm going to shake it up. And let's see here. I've heard that this gets very messy. So let's be careful. Let's just start out with a couple, one pump. Okay, one pump. This actually might be too dark for me now that I'm seeing it. It looks really light in the bottle, but this actually looks really dark on my hand. We'll give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to do one side of my face first. Oh my gosh, just like gets darker as it. Oh boy. As you can see, I have a nice little active breakout on my face at this current moment in time. Okay, so let's start out with the flat top brush. I'm realizing now that I didn't bring out a mirror, but I'm glad that I got the compact because it should have one in it. Oh, this is cute. This is what the box looks like. This is what comes out. It says, oh, I just got foundation on it. It says, make today beautiful. And then it looks like there's a little gold compact and a sponge of some sort, though I don't know that I would be using that. This I also got in the shade Fair Neutral. Ooh. And this looks like it's going to be perfectly fair for me. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it dries like instantly. It looks like it's already set. It does sink into pores. I didn't put on a primer today. All I did off camera was do my skincare. So that is sort of one layer on one side of my face. I mean, I guess it does give some coverage, but I don't know that it gives a ton. Oh my gosh, and look how dark this is on my skin now. Oh, come on, Tarte. That's not good. They've always had really awesome light shades for fair-toned people, but this looks like it's going to be so dark on my skin. Maybe I didn't shake it enough, maybe, who knows. Okay, let's try the other side. See, it looks so fair in the packaging, that's crazy. Okay. I'm going to do the other side with the sponge, and let's see how that works. Okay. Like I said, it did sort of sink into my pores. This is the lightest shade they have, and even just coming out of the packaging, it's quite dark. But let's try to bump it into the skin. Okay, this might work for me more so in the summer. I mean, while I don't get crazy tan or anything, it might be a better match for me. Then I'll just bring it down the neck. Okay. So I don't know how I feel about this. On for to go around. I'm just gonna blend this right out with my sponge also. Okay. So it's reacting just like, oh, it's weird. It's only on this side with the sponge. I swear something is going on with that Beauty Blender. I used it as well for half my face in another foundation first impression, and it reacted weird and it beaded up what was ever on my skin. But when on this side, nothing is beaded up. So I don't think it's my skincare. I really think it's the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to sort of blend that out and get those beads off. Okay, so that is one layer. As you can see, it is not my shade. I might have to return this, unfortunately, but it looks so fair in the packaging. I am going to move on to the concealer and see if I like that any better, but look how dark this got on my skin. The foundation might have to make a return, unfortunately. Okay, so let's move on to the concealer. I want to use this both as like an under eye concealer as well as for any spots that didn't really get covered up by the foundation. I'm really afraid this is going to just keep oxidizing on my skin. It looks very, very dark. Oh boy. Alright, Tarte, let's hope that this doesn't work the same. This also looks insanely fair. This one looks a little bit more. They look basically the same color. This might be slightly more pink toned in the packaging. Okay. That's my Blu-ray player turning off from inactivity. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what the wand looks like. It's a humongous doe foot applicator. Okay, so I'm going to put this under my eyes and probably blend it out with my Beauty Blender, but I'll put it down on some spots I've got as well. Also, I'm not going to put that on the active one. I'm just going to put it on my finger instead. Okay. Let's just do some brightening since we did discover that the foundation is too dark for me. Okay, so it doesn't really pick up a lot of product, this applicator. Let's try the sponge. Okay, these products are, they like dry instantly. I'm not sure how I feel about them. No, I didn't, like I said, I didn't wear a primer, so I don't know if that's having an effect. Like, I don't know if it would give me a little bit more time to work with the product on my skin. But I'm not sure how I'm feeling about these things. Of course, to be fair, that's how I described the Josie Maran the first time I used it, and then once I found out how it worked for me best, it's become one of my all-time favorite foundations. Okay. Okay, I think something is wrong with that sponge because it's really just making everything worse. Which is weird for a beauty blender. I don't know. It came in a kit, the Sephora Favorites, something Pretty in Pink or something kit. Okay, so it's not super full coverage. You can still see the redness of that bump. I'm just gonna wipe my lips off. Okay, so it gives okay coverage. Like I said, this is probably going to have to go back because it is too dark for my skin tone, at least the foundation is. I don't even know that I need to set this with a powder. I got this to set the foundation because it is meant to be, it's a water foundation, so I figured it would be much more of a luminous finish, but it is pretty darn matte. I'm going to say demi-matte even, and I don't think I'm going to need to set it with a powder. I thought that the lightness of the powder might help cancel some of the darkness of the foundation, but I don't want to look cakey. So I guess we can still do it just for demo and review sake. I'm just going to use, woohoo boy, Real Techniques powder brush, and we're just going to go over it lightly. Okay. Let's see. okay, it didn't make it look all too good. It did do weird things down here on the Beauty Blender side. That's so weird that half of my face is like got some weird texture to it now because of whatever happened on the Beauty Blender. I'm not sure what that was. I think if I set my face with some sort of setting spray, it would get rid of some of the powderiness. But that is my face done. I'm going to actually go do the rest of my makeup. I will be right back to sort of update you on my final thoughts on my first impression. So thanks for watching. I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. I've done a little bit to my face. I did my eye makeup and brows and whatnot. The only thing I did to my complexion, besides like highlight and blush, was to set it with the Wet n Wild Photo Finish setting spray. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, it does look natural, though it does sort of make little peach fuzz on my face stand out. The foundation, I mean. It is definitely too dark for my skin. I'm going to need to see it out in the daylight outdoors and ask a couple of people's opinions to sort of get a final thought on the shade. But it definitely does get darker. I mean, you saw even from when I put it out onto my hand to when I was finished applying it, what was left on my hand was completely 2, 3, 4 shades darker than what it was. It doesn't sink into fine lines once I sort of finished with everything and blended it out. It doesn't sink too terribly into the larger pores on the sides of my nose. I don't know if this is one that I'm going to keep. I might be returning it. I will try it out a couple more times and follow up with a final impressions video, probably about in about a week or so. But if I don't love it, it's not going to stay in my collection, unfortunately. The concealer, however, might be. So it doesn't sink terribly into fine lines. I think if I were to better prime it or add some sort of more moisture to my skin, I think it would work a lot better, though I don't know if this shade Fair Neutral, or sorry, this is just Fair. I don't know if Fair is a light enough shade for highlighting under the eyes, though it does conceal nicely under the eyes. Now for spots, as you can see, you can still see redness. You can still see some of that. I just don't think I love this foundation. I thought it was going to be much more of a luminous finish, but as you can see, the only glow on my face is the highlight that I put on, the Balm's Mary Luminizer. It is a demi-matte to matte finish, which is surprising since it is a water foundation. To be fair, I did set it with this powder, which this is definitely staying. This is like the perfect shade match for me. I do enjoy the consistency of it, the feel. It is super soft and super light, which is great for my fair skin tone. This and the concealer might be staying. The concealer might go back as well. I honestly don't know. But this is definitely staying. I really do like the powder. I love the packaging. I love what it comes with. But yeah, so that is the first impressions on this Tarte foundation. Like I said, I will be doing a follow-up. So come back in about a week or so to check that out. And if you have any questions about the foundation, please don't hesitate to ask. I'd be happy to answer them in that follow-up video. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.